Hello and good morning, beautiful family. Happy Thursday. It is, what is it? August 14th, 2025. Now, you know how everything on this channel is divinely, spiritually led. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. And you're like, oh, goody. Well, so we're going to answer some burning questions, whether they're mine or repetitive email questions. Okay, we are going to start with this upcoming Putin meeting. Okay, I think it's tomorrow, and there's a few other things that I'm going to address, and then I'm going to end it with a tarot read for today for the collective. Okay, so if you don't want to hear the answer that we get for all of these miscellaneous questions that you did not bargain for today, you can fast forward to the end. I understand. You don't hurt my feelings. Guess because I don't have any, right? Okay. So there's a supposed upcoming meeting. I think it's tomorrow. Trump meets with Putin, and then Putin and Zelensky are supposed to do something, blah, da, 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 da. Okay. So we're going to ask Divine Spirit, what should we expect out of this meeting? Now, what I'm going to do is the top row is going to be Putin and where he's at, and the bottom row is going to be Trump and where he's at. All right? Maybe it'll give us an outcome. Because you know that the mainstream headlines are not going to match what is actually coded to be. So, we're asking Divine Spirit, what is Putin's role? Or what can we expect from him from this meeting coming up? What is Putin's role in this meeting? Because we know that behind the scenes that supposedly Putin 8.0, whatever he is supposed to be working as a good guy. What is his role? I'll explain while I'm laughing in a minute. Okay. All right. Interesting. And I will use a separate deck for each, so I know that all 78 cards are available. All right, so this represents Putin and his military strength. Very stable, very strong, just sitting there observing. He's playing a role, okay? The military role that Putin is involved in, he sits and he takes orders from somebody else, okay? This is secure, stable, but waiting. I'm just an onlooker. Seven of Cups. What you're going to see and hear about, this is all smoke and mirrors. It's more like a bluff. Who's calling who's bluff here? Three of Wands is always looking into the future. What is on the horizon here? So what role will Russia play? This Queen of Wands is about healing. It's also a trustworthy card of integrity. It doesn't matter if it's divine feminine or masculine here. Okay. I want you, if you do want to look at that aspect, think of countries being in the feminine. The land of Russia is always referred to as, isn't she beautiful? Just like America, or Israel or whatever country you want to throw in there, they're usually used in a feminine context. So it's this says trust the process, trust the plan. You can trust that he's playing his role perfectly to a T. And there's the strength card. So when it comes to this Zelensky issue, whatever, Putin has the upper hand against him. Putin is playing a role. He watches, waits. There's a bluff going on here, but in the future, we can trust the strength coming out of this nation, that it's going to be positive. Now, I am going to use a separate deck, and I'm going to ask about Trump. And I do want to point out, with Wings in his Pictionary here, that this card, he's emphasizing, I don't know what this is. The story that we may hear about is not exactly what is actually happening, because this is a smoke and mirrors card. Choices have to be made, but there is like somebody's calling somebody's bluff. All right, let's find out. With this meeting, what is Trump's role? What can we expect? This room is very thick with Divine Spirit right now. There's a lot of people in here giving their points of view. Interesting. I want you to pay attention. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. This is a thief and liar card. What you're about to hear and see is, I'll say it, bullshit. Smoke and mirrors. Same position. Deep state. No, I'm not saying Trump's deep state. That's not what it is. 5s. These are temporary. So we have 7s and 5s here. Okay. One more of each. We'll have a full house. This is ending a war, the deep state war of what's going on. All right. It may come out and look like that they're arguing. This is God's divine plan. He's shining a light on what is going on here. So it may actually come out that it looks like that they're butting heads a little bit. Who's going to call whose bluff here? But it's to expose the inner problem, the thieves and liars of the deep state, and what's really been going on with this war. God is shining this light on what's been going on. What you hear in the headlines to follow the next few days, take it with a grain of salt and use your discernment. Okay. Yes, Wings. Now, I hadn't planned on this, but he says, well, if you're going to do that, you need to do a row for Zelensky. All right. So what is Zelensky's role? What can we expect from him? With these talks. What is happening? Ten of Pentacles. This is generational. This is where all the big dogs go make their money exchanges. Watch the money that flows in and out of Ukraine. He's worried about money, 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 because it's laundering. And you're like, Jen, that's supposed to be a positive card. How do you get that? Because you're not in my head. You don't see what Spirit's downloading to me. Okay. Page of Cups is... This is shock. There's something shocking that's going to come out of this. Pages can also represent the immaturity, the emotional immaturity. We've seen that. Zelensky's already lost. And oh, he's so sad. Now, Three of Cups. Let's go for both sides of the meaning here. This is, we'll be celebrating watching that he's defeated. All right. Trump and Putin are playing a game here against Zelensky and basically the Khazarians, okay, the deep state, because they're following the money. Now, on a negative aspect, because this is a sad negative card, this is the adrenochrome card that I have. They have lost. They've come in because Russia's been cleaning this up as well. All right, they're sad. Their resources are gone. The money's gone. Their little drug of choice is gone from our little baby pages. Drinking of Wings is explaining that, they use drinking of the pages. I'm trying to tiptoe, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Zelensky's already lost. So basically, it's Putin and Trump playing a game here to expose all of this. Will it appear that way right off the bat? No. I do get negotiation. It will look like a negotiation is going on, but it's not really. This was already decided a long time ago. This is just really the information that's going to come out is going to be so sad. And it will come out. All right, so you have Putin, you have Trump, and then you have Zelensky. So that's what's going to happen with this meeting. All right. All right. I'm going to move these decks out of the way. I may reuse these decks for some of the other questions. We shall see. All right. Now, in the city of Washington, our beautiful troops have moved in. Just the first 800. That's just to establish it, and get them set up at their points. Are they going to be bringing in more troops? But not just to clean up local crime and homelessness and things like that. Are they bringing them in more and more because of the upsets of the arrests that will be public, the perp walks that we've been waiting for? Is that the real reason that Trump is bringing in the National Guard into the city of Washington? He is preparing for perp walks, and it will cause upset, whether they're paid rioters or it's really truly people that are just floored that they cannot believe that all these people are being arrested. They will lose their marbles because the ones that are not awake cannot emotionally handle it. All right, so there's a bigger purpose here with these troops. The death card. So we start out with the death card, yes. So we're ending something. We're ending the DC, the District of Columbia. All right, the corpsoration is dead. Okay, that's gone. So the Republic is back. But this is also a slow rollout. So you'll see the first 800 set of troops come in, and then you're going to, I think, see some more. 8 of Cups. Interesting. That's a FO card. But it also means, yep, I'm out. It's to run out the bad guys. Okay. He's flushing them out. 3 of Wands. Interesting. This is looking into the future. What's the plan? What can we expect? Page of Pentacles. New system being implemented. And because it's a pentacle, I think it's the new financial. 5 of Pentacles. All right. New financial system for the people. 5 of Pentacles is, you see, homeless. I don't want you to think about everyday citizens. They're showing me that the guys that are out, left in the cold and penniless, are now this is the elites. Okay. Continuing to draw. 4 of Wands. This is celebration. It's also, so the troops are there to, this is something new that's happening and brewing out of the city. The moon represents confusion, illusion. We need to trust our discernment when we start seeing activity happen. Okay. Because that can be smoke and mirrors as well. The Hangman. Yeah. Okay. Now this card is very interesting. The Hangman he is about enlightenment, getting a different perspective of what's really going on, but it's also true tribunal hangings. But I want you to pay attention to the artwork in this picture. People will unalive themselves off of buildings, and the troops being there need to control this situation, if that makes sense. 9 of Wands. Battle's almost over, but people are really exhausted. They are holding the line. 9 of Wands is holding the line. Almost done. We're in a final phase here. Okay, so the troops that are just getting in there now is only the beginning. All right, so we thank Divine Spirit for that confirmation. Now, when these stories start coming out about the corrupt, people who are arrested on whatever level it is, whether it's top tier, low tier, whatever, will they try to use the alien card as a distraction? Oh, don't pay attention to what we did. It's really, really bad. Look here. There's little green Martian men. And we're using the alien deck. Will they use, I use this term loosely, the alien card as a distraction? How will people respond to that? Yeah, they've been working on this for a while. 8 of Pentacles is the worker bee. This is master craftsman. They get better and better and better. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we've been working on that for a while. 5 of Swords. This is a strategic drip drop of when this would come out. Ace of Swords is your solid yes. Absolutely, they will. Look here. Look here. There's aliens. Don't worry about the bad things that we've done. The Emperor. That's my Mr. T card. He will address this. Okay. King of Swords. This is not going to stop Trump from seeking justice. The King of Swords is always about truth, integrity coming out, about justice being served, and a high up position with the court system. So yes, this has been planned all along, very strategically, that's what they want to reveal, but Trump's in control. Justice is still going to happen. It's not going to work. How are people going to respond? 10 of Cups. Nah, they're just happy that things are happening. Ace of Wands. That's funny. It's like, okay, so there's aliens. Bring them on. It's almost like, I don't care. Temperance. They have patience. They've been waiting long enough. It's like, we've known that all along. What's new? Okay, the devil. Some people will be getting into conversations. They're demons. They're demons. Well, whether they are or they aren't, we know that there's two sides of everything. Everything. There's divine version and then there's evil version. So you're going to hear lots of this is demonic, blah 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 blah. The magician, smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. People are already going to understand. So they're responding with, "We've already known it. We don't care." Some people will be very strong opinion. Well, what are you going to do about it? They're going to come here and they're going to kill us. So you're going to have the dramatics too. And then the magician card, people are going to call the bluff. They're like, whatever. This is smoke and mirrors. This is a magician's trick. Now with this is always my Project Bluebeam card. Okay. I think people will call BS and go, that's not even real. Because we know the Federation said that they are not even going to try to make contact with us on a humanitarian level scale for quite some time because humanity can't handle it. So they've got this fake blue beam thing. And it looks like the people are going to call them out and go, this is fake. We want to see the arrest. So really the majority of the people are like, yeah, we already know this. Nobody cares. You're fake. Get on with it. Okay. Now, there's one more thing I want to look into. And it's because it's this feeling that I've had. Remember, I told you for weeks, if not months on end, I kept seeing a tsunami, tsunami, tsunami. Well, now this feeling has changed. The tsunami part is gone because we had that here recently and it was downgraded. It could have been a whole lot worse. My new intuitive download is another 9/11 event, unfortunately. Is this, whether you call it a black swan event, whether you call it an event that will bring the nation to its knees, are we here in America, and I'm not leaving out the rest of the world because you guys were affected by 9/11 just like we were. It shocked the world. Is there a shocking event that is going to take place here in the near future, meaning before the end of 2025, that will shock the nation? This could be another event that happens as a distraction. So let's look. Is there going to be a 9/11 shocking event that brings this nation and rocks it to its core? We've heard all kinds of rumors and things like that. The military is out there and all these 17 cities will catch on fire and all these things. I'm not even talking about upsets and riots. I'm talking about a major cataclysmic event. Will it tell me what it is? I don't know. We're just simply saying and asking, will there be a 9/11 like event? In time, there's temperance. It also tells me that good guys could lower the devastation. Yeah, people are sneaking around. This is something that's like they've been sneaking around for a long time, putting this stuff in play. Because he's very sneaky. Like sneaking around the corner. It will shock the world. It's going to affect the whole world. Judgment. Now this... Okay. Thank you, Wings. this is a judgment that is to wake people up. Now, we know that 9/11 was orchestrated and all that kind of stuff. We understand that. But it is also to get people to wake up. People said for a very, very long time after 9/11, we'll never forget. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. I'm not talking directly to this family. I'm talking in general. So this is another wake-up call. It's like God's being patient with us. So he allows the bad guys to sneak around and do their thing that affects the whole world because he wants to get your attention. So far I'm getting a huge confirmation this will happen. King of Wands. Well, we could just blame him. James, you better behave yourself. We have to trust this plan. We have to trust the leadership that it's going to be under control. I'm going to keep pulling. That's a drip drop. They are trying to drip drop out that this is a problem. That a subtle hint. Should we also be getting this message from the military presence? Is this another reason why they're putting them out there? Aha. Yeah, to show the strength. How bad it will be is still up in the air. This is the twist of fate with the Wheel of Fortune here. That means our response, our prayer. Oh, huge loss. Military. Yeah. So it does confirm there is something here that is going to bring us to our knees. It will affect the whole world. But the World card also lets us know that it's because we're completing a cycle and starts new beginnings as well. They've been trying to hint around to prepare. So we've got multiple reasons why we need the military. We have multiple reasons why you should be stocking up. Multiple reasons for the EBS. Remember, 9/11 was started because, and it happened because they didn't want Nasara Jasara. If you don't think that they're not capable of trying to do that again to stop it from coming, they're not going to be successful, but they can do damage. All right. We got our eye blacked once. They're coming back to try to black the other eye. Okay. Stay on guard. Be vigilant. Keep your head on a swivel. Avoid big major cities if you possibly can, please. I know it's not feasible for some. I understand that. But do what you can. At least prepare. And whatever you do, pray. Just pray. All right. So those were the pressing questions that I wanted to address this morning. Just because I've been wandering the house most of the night and these things are weighing on me. Not in a negative fashion, like worried, depressed, concerned, but more of curiosity going, let's get some confirmation. But I wanted you guys to be a part of it. But as promised, I'm going to end this reading this morning with a tarot read for the collective, just for this day. All right. There won't be any other the oracles or anything like that because the video has been long enough, but I will give you a tarot read. What can we expect today as the collective? Any advice? What is our focus? We've been doing pretty good. We've been focusing on our emotions, our home life, how that impacts us, being patient, and how we've gotten good at it. So what do we have for this Thursday? King of Cups. We can blame him too. Nope, this is just a representation of we've learned to control our emotions. We've learned to set the boundaries of where we need to. Ace of Wands. And this is taking the action with the skills that we've accomplished. This is very good. We're starting off very well here. Okay? God has shown us how to do this with prayer and meditation and forgiveness and all these beautiful things. So far, so good. In the past, we were at war with ourselves. This was an internal battle that the collective as a whole was dealing with. Now, I'm not going to say every single person in the collective has mastered this, but for the majority, the energy level is saying, good for you. Yeah. Two of Pentacles says there's still some juggle. There's still some that are leaning more on the negative than they are the positive. And it takes time. That's okay. Patience, High Priestess. In the future, now there's still some secrets out there. We're learning beyond the veil. We are making contact beyond the veil more and more and more. And it just says that in the future, it's going to get even stronger. All right. Queen of Wands. We need to trust this process. This is about healing. We're going to learn the secrets of healing, which we have been. But I get more on a greater scale. Let's trust this process. And the King of Swords. From the truth that will be revealed, that we will be seeing, we will already have the skills of how to heal from the information we're going to be getting. This is a beautiful reading, guys. This is a true pat on the back from Divine Spirit saying, you've finally taken the tools that we have taught you and you've implemented them. And now for your reward, it's not about finances in this. Okay? Because this is about more of time. This is about now your spiritual gifts. We're gonna bless you even more because you've done so well. Some more advice. 5 of Swords. Everything is strategic. Make sure that your thoughts, we're still working on our thought process and the words that we use because they implement our everyday life. Are you thinking on the negative and speaking on the negative more than you are the positive? Are you harder on yourself than you are more loving towards yourself? Let's continue to work on how we talk to ourselves and how we talk to each other and everyone else in the world. I know, easier said than done in this clown show. And there is judgment. That means it can mean true judgment, all right? First of all, ease up on the judgment of yourself and others. Because remember, our divine creator looks at how you treat people. It's the ripple effect. What you think and say, what you put out there will come back to you. Okay, let's make sure that it's positive. It's also a reminder, pay attention because things are going to be getting your attention you never even thought of. All right, that is your reading for this morning. Different. I know you didn't bargain for it, and that'll probably be the headline. Well, I don't either. I just work here. When I am led to do something different, I try not to argue, believe it or not. It's a little bit different. Tomorrow, Friday, I'll give you, well, I can't say for sure because I don't know. Tomorrow may bring something different. It's supposed to be end of the week, normal reading plus your 80s deck to get you through the weekend. We'll see. But I hope you get a blessing out of this. At least maybe it'll make you think. Maybe you didn't watch it at all. Regardless, remember, be divinely led in your heart, in your actions, in your thoughts. And remember, above everything, God loves you. He does. He's trying to get your attention. If he didn't love you, he wouldn't try to tell you all these messages. God loves you, and so do I.